Okay, greetings guys, it's Sensei Lewis here. We're going to bring you a video presentation of some defense techniques that, based upon this incident that we saw that actually happened right here in Atlanta. I didn't even know it until today. We actually saw the news clip from the person who actually put up the video of a subway stabbing. When I saw it, I thought it was from New York, but then I come to find out, I just moved to Atlanta, about 2 months ago, and lo and behold, this incident takes place right here in Atlanta in what they call the MARTA, which is the Atlanta Transit Subway Transportation System. And so basically, I'm going to offer some tips from myself, and then I'm also going to include some footage that Master Karim has also made. His video was made some time prior, but it's still relevant to the situation. All right, so we're going to go over some self-defense techniques that you could use upon that situation where, if you saw the video, and we're going to include footage from the video, where the guy is filming this fight. Two guys, one guy is on top, the other guy's on the bottom, and during the scuffle, one of the guys, the guy on top, pulls out a knife. All right, so I'm going to give you some tips and things that you could use and utilize if you, hopefully, God forbid, find yourself in a situation like that.
I don't know what just happened right here, but homeboy said he snuck him. So he pushed him off the train and started going at it, bruh. Dude in the black tee on top, body slammed him on the ground. Ain't nobody gonna stop it though. Nobody around the guy. Everybody on the train see that guy.
Oh, you got a knife! You got a knife, bro!
Hey, bro.
Get it on, bro!
Hey, oh, bro, you got a knife, bro.
Bro, you got a knife, bro! You got a knife!
Break it up, man.
Hey, he's stabbing him, bro.
You got a knife, bro!
Oh, bro. I don't know what to do, bro. Hey, bro, that's enough, ain't it, bro? You want me to pull him out, bro?
Okay, so the incident took place on the subway platform. The one guy, I guess we call him the victim, he was down on the bottom. Come on, I'm gonna use my son to help me out on this, right? He's a young guy, but he's still big enough where we can show this thing, right? So the one guy is on top. Now the other guy, he was stretched out, right? At first, the incident starts off like this. Where, yeah, he's on top, right? He's stretched out, and the other guy looks like he's maybe choking him or something like this. And from what I saw, it looks like the knife may have already been in the guy's other hand before the guy noticed it. But I noticed that when the video first starts off, they're like in a scuffle, and the guy on the bottom is holding the guy's arm out like this. All right? So it looks like before he realized that the guy had the knife, that he's already holding his arm. Now, what I noticed as a martial artist is that he's not utilizing, and of course, he's in an incident, your adrenaline's pumping, you're nervous, you're scared. So in the moment of the conflict, but this is why your training has to kick in. If you train like this, then it just becomes part of your nature to do it. So while they're fighting or scuffling or, wrestling around, the guy, I noticed that he's not utilizing all that he could use. So here's the pointer for you guys out there, if this ever happens to you in the future. That remember, don't waste too much energy getting into the struggle, because that's what the guy was doing. They're like this, and they're both struggling, and he's trying, good thing he got the knife under control, but he's not utilizing all he could do to end and neutralize the situation. Now here's what I would recommend doing. Here's the situation. Now he may not have he didn't realize the knife until later when you see the video where he screams at the guy with the knife. But it looks like, when I saw it, looks like the guy had the knife already here. So this weapon is under control. Here, he also has a free hand. He didn't utilize it. He was too busy struggling and scuffling in the midst of the scuffle.
So he pushed him off the train and started going at it, bro. Dude in the black tee on top, body slammed him on the ground.
So what he could have done is, while he has this under control, look at that right there. Bam. Start hitting. Right? What we do in ninjutsu. Clawing eyes, right? So if I got this under control and he's not trying to switch hands, I can reach, I got his eye. Watch what happens here. I pull in his eye. Look at that right there. See that? See that? Now that's not even, I'm not even trying to hurt my son here. But just that little bit right there, he flinches back. So imagine your life is in danger and you do it with intention. I put my finger in his eye, he goes back. Once that happens there, right, he goes back, boom, look what happened. Now I got this here, I know my locks, I can lock off and take the weapon away. Right? Same way, no, same way you were, right? Stretched out, guys on top. He looked like, like I said, looked like he was trying to choke him like this. So the other guy's on top again. Another instant you could do, right? You got your strikes, right? You got your strikes. So if the other weapon is secure, the arm is secure, you got your strikes, he can start hitting, right? He can start hitting from here, come under, get under, right, choking, get under here, or come over, choke, all right? Grab his hair, ears, pull away, nose. You got all these things you could do instead of just sitting there and y'all struggling, yo, get on, you got a knife, yo, right? You could use these other attacks that you got. Claw on the nose, claw on the eyes, start striking. Long as you know where this is at, you can start striking. Now, while you're striking, he's going to start moving his body, which is going to get certain angles that you could then utilize to get out. So if I start hitting him like this, and he moves, look what happens. He moves here. Look what happens. I can do it now. Now I can move over and secure the position, finish him off. Bow, right? So when you start hitting somebody, they're going to start moving. When they move, you could use that to get yourself in a better position to now get him off of you. Point number one, like I hop, right? Stretch out. So point number one is, remember, don't waste too much energy on struggling with the person. If you have your hands free or one of your hands free, keep the dangerous arm or weapon under control as best you can. If another hand is free, you can use it to strike, right? You can use it to strike, to grab, claw in the eyes or whatever. And remember, when you're doing this stuff, the person is going to move, right? If I start hitting his head, he's going to move this way, right? Or whatever way he's going to move. Once he moves, that gives me a position to shift. I can shift and escape the position, right? When I did the eye, his head goes backwards. Look what happened. He goes back. And when he goes back, I could utilize that to then take him over this way. He got many options, but of course, this takes training, right? This is not, I'm not trying to be, just disrespectful or hindsight to the person. That's a real situation. But that's why you're training. You have to train for reality. If you don't train based on reality, you're not going to be able to pull it off. But if this is the way you train, which is this is how we train in our dojo here and in New York and our other affiliates, this is what we train based on the reality. If you train like this all the time, if you should get into this situation, your training instincts to kick in, and this becomes just a natural thing for you to do. You see? So that's the one thing. Now the other thing was that when the guy, he got on top, now he was sitting up, right? Now it looks like because of that, he switched weapon. He switched the hand to this side.
Bro, you got a knife, bro! You got a knife!
Break it up, man.
Hey, he's stabbing him, bro.
You got a knife, bro!
Okay, so he was still sitting but he wasn't, now he was more like sitting on top, sitting with your knees, right? He was more sitting on top of the guy, and now he's coming down like with the knife, not so much in a stabbing, but like he's trying to stab and slice. Now, Master Karim already showed how you do it. When you do that, you can use your blocks to come on the angle. He comes in, comes straight at me in my face. No, straight at my face. Right, you got the other angles. You can use the angle to the outside. You can go to the, bring it to the inside. You got to use those different angles while checking there. And at the same time, what I add too is that instead of just sitting there constantly blocking and trying to grab, utilize your strikes as well. So if he comes in this way towards my face here, right? Here to my face. I move here. Once I move here, boom, look at that. Instead of just blocking and grabbing, I can block and strike. All right? I can see I got movement to lift up. You okay? I got movement to lift up. I can strike. You see? He comes this way, again to the face. I move here. Once again, I move and strike. I move and strike. All right? Use your strikes. Right? Look at it. Hit to the groin. You got to be able to remember, keep these things in your practice. Moving and striking. Moving, striking. Right? Or move and try to get your lock on. If now, another one is if you're so, afraid that you now both your hands are occupied. You trying to fight. You holding on for dear life. Your hands are occupied. Your legs are free. All right? You got different things you could do here, right? You could, hit them with the bat. You could bump them up. You got different angles. If you're real flexible, you come over. Look at that, right? Depending on how your flexibility. If you're not as flexible, try to move your legs over, right? Get over. Look at that. You see? You got different things you could do. Start hit. Weapon is taken away. All right? Again. So, we understand that, this is definitely a life-threatening situation, but training, those who train and don't train, that's the difference. If your training is based on reality and you got to constantly drill and train this way, right? If you do not do that, it's not gonna help you. So it has to be a constant training that you do. You have to train this way on a regular basis. Practice this. Do drills like this so that it becomes a part of you, just like second nature, all right? So again, he's sitting on the guy, right? Guy starts coming down. So again, like I said, you don't want to be concentrated too much on trying to keep it, to stay safe from it. I mean, you want to stay, what I mean is, you're not just constantly blocking and blocking and blocking. You got it, your goal has to be to neutralize this guy. So don't sit there and be blocking and blocking and blocking all day long. You gotta look for ways to slow him down. So again, he's coming towards the face this way, like the guy that came towards the face, move and strike. Coming towards the face, move and strike, right? You gotta use something to slow him down or shock him, neutralize him from there. Once I get there, right, comes against to the face, move here, strike, I can trap, stop banging the hand, or use my locks to lock him up. Look at that, boom. I'm flexible now. You guys might not be as flexible as me, but I'm flexible enough where I could do that. Boom, break the guy down and start finishing them off, okay? So, just wanted to give you some tips and some pointers on that. Again, this is my son here, young son, helping me out with that. Of course, he's in training too. But these are just some things that you can keep in mind to help you stay safe, and just little things to remember. Remember, don't waste too much time on the struggling. Try to get the weapon secure, or the hand that's trying to hit you, or foot or whatever, try to get it secured. But don't waste time struggling. If a hand is free, or your feet are free, your legs free, use the free parts of your body while the dangerous attacking arm or leg is under control. Use the other parts of your body to strike. Use body movement to manipulate the person to get you in a position where you can either get them off you, or get from under them, or whatever, or to get yourself in a better position. This is all part of your strategy, and many of the videos that we sell teach this. And if you can train with us in person, if you're in the New York area, now if you're in the Atlanta area, there's me and another instructor in this area in different parts of Atlanta, where you should get with us and we can help you. We train based on reality. Thank you.
So that means that because we're human, we can find ourselves in all kind of positions, right? So in the back position here, if I come from the ground and he's over me, he's stabbing, hit, right? So I'm over the position. This is a very risky position. The anxiety, it sets in even more so because he has the advantage. He's up over me. So the point is that I'm going to create as much obstacles as possible. Stabs down, I move, he moves over, he's going to hit and move. I'm manipulating. Now, what I'm doing is I'm catching the arm. A lot of times people, when he's stabbing, you want to hit, you want to fight him. No, he moves over, long, hit. He stabs, move, hit, I move, hit. I'm waiting for the knife to move in position. Hit. You see? That's when I catch him. That's when I catch him. I catch him at the moment that he puts himself in a point of disadvantage from himself where the joints are. Right? So it allows me, if I'm down, he's coming, I move, here. You see? Here, right? I'm watching, here. I see, then I turn from that position, right? You see? And what I do is I lock the joints here and here, right? From that position. So what we're gonna practice the overhead here, and give yourself stabbing, move, stabbing, move, stabbing, here, right? From here, hey. As soon as you catch it, there, right? And move. Us? me see what you got. Keep stabbing. Right. There you go. Lock him. Good. Again. Come quick. Come on. Come on. That's right. Keep that obstacle. Right. Wait for your point. Good. That's right. All right, good. Reverse. Go. No, Ken. Let him do a couple of.
Okay.
You know, I want you to keep maneuver. Right. 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 Okay, see, you got the wrong position. That's why I say, look, watch. Hey, watch the line. Hey, when you move, you see, you're doing here. Hey, hey. You see, this is the position. Right. You see, you're doing this. Here, you get you. So when you come here, okay, you see the lock? This. You see, long his. You see, I'm not trying to grab his wrist. Hey.